Welcome to Blocksid's Field in Swampscott for a game that's 2 days in the making. The heavy rains of Saturday washed it out, and they moved it to today, which is Sunday afternoon when they're playing this game. And it's the big one in the Northeastern Conference. Lynn Classical 5-1, Swampscott undefeated 6-0. The Big Blue looking to stay on top. Classical looking at trying to make the Northeast Conference a little bit more muddled, although a little bit was settled this week when Beverly knocked off Winthrop, giving Winthrop 2 losses. Gloucester still with 1 loss, Classical with 1. Swampscott the only undefeated team. It's got now down to 3 teams left in the conference, and Swampscott has Classical today and Gloucester next week. So between this week and next week, a lot should be settled in the Northeastern Conference, but a lot needs to be settled here today between the Rams and the Big Blue of Swampscott. The heavy pass-orientated offense of the Big Blue and the ground attack of the Rams. It'll feature some of the best players in the league, obviously, certainly in contention for MVP of this league. Hal Beatrice, the quarterback, along with Tim Kiley, his favorite receiver. And on the other side, we have Joe Freeman and also Alex Falcon, along with Joe Ford on defense, who has been outstanding. So some terrific players in this football game. And the passing offense of Swampscott will get the ball first as John Waldron gets set to kick off. The line drive bounces around, fielded at about the 15-yard line. Starting it straight up the field, Kiley gets good return yardage to about the 40-yard line. And Swampscott will have pretty good field position. They're going to give him to the 41. So you won't see any huddle. And as I say that, they go to a huddle, but most of the time you will not see it. You'll see shotgun virtually 100% of the time for Swampscott. They'll have wide receivers all over the place. Stone is the running back with Beatrice in the backfield. 4 wideouts for Classical as Beatrice gets set. Over the middle quickly, it's caught by Pratt for a huge gain. Caught from behind and brought down. Green with the tackle. And it'll be a first down at the 24-yard line of Classical. 35 yards and a first down. The quick look in to Pratt, and Swampscott goes quickly. Classical trying to use the bump and run, trying to get to Beatrice before he can throw the ball. The handoff is to Stone, and he gets a couple, maybe 3. They'll give him to the 21 for a pickup of 3. So it'll be 2nd and 7. And they don't do that very often. They do it enough to keep the defense honest. Kiley is far to the right, covered man-to-man. Freeman, the safety, is drifting a little bit to that side to try and help out. So they'll virtually double team Kiley. They give it to Stone again. And he gets pretty good yardage to about the 16 for a pickup of 5. So it'll be 3rd and a couple. So 3rd and 2 from the 16-yard line. Beatrice with the quick out. It's caught. Kane with the reception. And he'll get it down to the 5 or 6 yard line. They'll mark it at the 5. So 1st and goal from the 5. Stone again, the running back with Beatrice. The pass outside, overthrown. He was trying to go over the middle quickly. Classical disrupted the rhythm a little bit. Kane broke outside, and they threw it over his head. He was open, and Kylie was open in the back part of the end zone as well. So Kane was wide open. The pass was overthrown, and Kylie was wide open in the back end of the end zone. They send 3 wideouts to the right side. Blydell, the one receiver, to the near side. And they look for Kylie again, and that time it was Ford getting a hand up, and he had to throw it high and wide and hope Kylie would get there. So 3rd and goal. Look for them to throw again. And Beatrice gets sacked. Joe Ford never let him get the pass off. And I think Swampscott's going to look for a field goal as they lose back to the 13. So you lose 8 yards on the play. 4th down coming up, and Pratt is going to look for a field goal that will probably be about 30 yards. They'll line up and move over. He's got a straight shot from the 20-yard line. It'll be a 30-yard attempt as Joe Ford made the big play busting in and getting Beatrice before he could throw. The kick is long enough. It's no good. So Classical defense comes up big, and Classical will take over the football. So a couple of first downs, a couple of big pass plays. 1st and goal from the 5, and they get shut down by the defense. The big play by Joe Ford. And the defensive line doing a nice job getting up in the face of Beatrice, forcing him to overthrow a little bit. So they didn't get to him, but they made him throw it high, and now Classical will go on offense for the first time. The give to Freeman. Squeezes out about a yard. Actually, give him no gain. So it'll be 2nd and 10 for Classical. Waldron's in the backfield now in place of Falcon. Classical moves, that's going to cost them. So it'll be 2nd and 15. This is Falcon. Just got tripped up by Pratt as he looked. If he gets to the outside, he's going to go a long way. He gets back to about the original line of scrimmage. Actually gets back to the 19-yard line. So it's going to be 3rd and 11 from the 19. Swampscott jumped a little bit. Freeman gets about a yard. Swampscott looked like they jumped into the neutral zone, but no flag. Freeman picks up a couple to the 21. So Swampscott does the job on defense. And Classical will have to kick it away. Kane and Kylie go back deep. The snap is low. The kick is away. Fielded by Kylie at the 49-yard line. Gets loose and finally gang tackled at about the 37-yard line. So Swampscott right back in Classical territory as Kylie gets about a 12-yard return. And they'll have it for the second time in excellent field position, and the defense has to go to work again. Again, double wideouts to either side. Beatrice with Stone. They give it to Stone. Gets good yardage down the sideline. It's a foot race between him and Waldron. They're not going to get him. He's in for the touchdown. He cut it off the right side, broke it to the sideline, the Classical sideline. And Waldron was the only one who had a shot at him and couldn't get anywhere near him. And he walked in. So a 37-yard touchdown run by Alex Stone has put Classical in behind the Big Blue 6-0. So the 12-yard punt return, it gave Swampscott good field position they take advantage of. And the kick is good. So the Big Blue jump on top in this big one in the Northeastern Conference. They did it running the football as Stone got a good hole off the right side, broke it to the outside, and untouched into the end zone for the first score of the game. Classical has won the last 3 meetings, going 40 points or better in the last 2 games, but this is a little bit of a different Swampscott defense they're facing. To give you an example, last year this defense averaged giving up almost 30 points a game. This year, in their 4 games in the Northeastern Conference, they've only given up 31. A lot of guys playing both ways this year that didn't do that last year. Classical's only blemish against Gloucester at Gloucester. And they're in that one right up until a final drive in the fourth quarter. Now they've got to come from behind. A lot of football left as they line drive it. Freeman's going to have to track it down. Bounces off him, finally gets it, runs away from a couple of people, and winds up back at about the 19-20 yard line. So the ground ball was very hard to pick up. Freeman had difficulty fielding it, and he'll start it at their 20-yard line. So 1st and 10 for the Rams at their 20. And we saw this against Gloucester. They get out of the blocks a little bit slow, and they had Eric McGrath throw the ball to get them going. They give it straight ahead for not much. Freeman got the carry, and he put it right back at the 20 for no gain. So 2nd and 10, he moved the ball from one side of the 20 to the other. And it'll be 2nd and 10 from the 20. Freeman lost the football, has to fall on it. They lose back to the 18. So Classical having trouble getting out of the blocks. First time it was 3rd and 12. This time it's 3rd and 12. And let's see if they go upstairs to try and loosen up the Swampscott defense. Swampscott's got almost 9 guys at the line of scrimmage. McGrath caught. What a great catch. And Classical's going to have to kick it away. As they're out to the 28. Good high kick, drives Swampscott back to their 35-yard line. Cut up inside. Kane again gets a good return. They get good field position. So Swampscott certainly has won the battle of field position. They have it at their own 47. They started at their 41. They started at the Classical 37. Now they start at their own 47. So outstanding field position. It's been just the opposite for Classical here in the first period. Three to the far side, one to the near side, the receivers. Beatrice, the quick out to Stone, down the sideline, flag on the play. That's going to be against Swampscott. I think it's going to be a hold, and they're going to bring it back. So if they mark it from the point, so they give him to the 45 on the pass. And they'll penalize Swampscott back to their 45. So it'll be 1st and 12. They get 8 on the pass. Winds up as a net 2-yard loss. It'll be 1st and 12. Stone again, cuts it outside. Again, he's got great yardage. Just dragged down. They just got a hold of him and dragged him down. Now he was gone again. I think it was Jesse Warren that got a hold of him. And they get to the Classical 33. So 22 yards and a first down, and Swampscott's on the move once again. Looking for Kylie downfield. Caught for the touchdown. Kylie made a little stop and go. That's a play they've used quite often last year and this year. I believe that's Kylie's 9th touchdown. He's got over 700 yards. Beatrice over 1,500 yards coming in. And Beatrice just gave the little pump fake, and Kylie was gone. He had single coverage. And he beat the single coverage easily, and Beatrice laid it right on the number 6 on his jersey. And he drills it through. "53 yards in 3 plays. They overcome the penalty. And Classical has their work cut out for them as they trail now 14-0 to the Big Blue. They've done it on the ground and in the air. And a very tough offense to defense. And most people thought coming in that Classical had to hold on to the football and shrink the game a little bit. But the defense of the Big Blue have not allowed them to do that. And right now, it's all Swampscott. But as we mentioned before, a lot of football left. And one of the deficits of this offense is it leaves a lot of time on the clock for teams to come back. And Classical is hoping that rings true today. Good-sized crowd here today for this Sunday afternoon encounter going up against the Pats. When you consider that, it's an even better crowd. People rung around the field. Classical brought a large contingent. Obviously, Swampscott did as well. The line drive is going to go off Freeman, picks it up at about the 11-yard line. Freeman looking for some yardage, slips and falls, and they're going to call him down at about the 23. Freeman did a nice job getting up and getting a hand on that and deflecting it and getting a one-hand catch. That could have gone back inside the 10. It'll be at the 23-yard line of Classical. This is their best starting spot as Warren comes to the near side. The little reverse to Waldron gets about a yard. So it'll be 2nd down and 9 for Classical. Warren again comes to the near side as they break that double wing. The pitch to Freeman. And he gets gang tackled, dives for a yard. Freeman got slowed down by the first man. That allowed Swampscott to get 3 or 4 guys to the football and knock him down for a yard loss. A yard gain, excuse me. It'll be 3rd and 8 from the 25. Third and 8. McGrath looking to throw. Downfield. In and out of the hands of Walden, who reached back and tried to make a great catch. He had a defender right in his face. He reached back over the defender and it got a hand on it, couldn't hold on. That would have been a great play. And Classical will have to kick it away. Again, Kane and Kiley back deep. Return yards has been a big part of the Swampscott offense. Nice kick, Kiley back at his 40-yard line. Gets a couple of nice blocks. They're going to bring it back. That was a clip as Kiley's bumped out of bounds. So they're going to bring it back. This will push it back. And Swampscott will have their worst start, but they'll still have pretty good field position after the penalty. They'll be back at about their 39-yard line. So they're marked at their 39. So most coaches would appreciate starting your offense here. This is the worst that Swampscott has started, and the defense has got to come alive as once again they send double wideouts to each side. Stone again with Beatrice in the backfield. The pitch to Stone, and is Green right there to make the stop at the line of scrimmage for no gain. So Green makes the stop for no gain. It'll be 2nd down and 10. So they've been using that a little bit, the little quick pitch and a little flare out, pass out to Stone. It'll be 2nd and 10. Beatrice gets plenty of time. He's got a man open, that's Kiley. He gets hit as he catches the football for a short gain. They'll put it at the 42. For a gain of 3, it'll be 3rd and 7 for the Big Blue. Beatrice had all kinds of time to throw the football. And again, Kiley Freeman kind of safety spot drifting over, trying to help out with Kiley. They went deep to Kiley before. They throw it deep downfield. Almost a diving catch by Blydell. They let him, he got a hand on it, and when he hit the turf, it bounced out. Great throw by Beatrice and a great try by Blydell. And we might mention there are Lynn roots here for Swampscott. Blydell, the receiver, his father was a great athlete, Lynn English. And Ryan Mahoney, the middle linebacker for Swampscott, his father, Billy Mahoney, was a great athlete at Lynn Classical High School. He was a guidance teacher at Lynn Classical. So the Mahoney family betwixt and between, but I'm sure Dad is rooting for Swampscott and son Ryan tonight. Nobody could blame him for that. The kick is a cannon shot that goes over Freeman. He watches it go, gets out of the way, and he'll be downed at about the 6-yard line. So when it rains, it pours. They're going to mark it at the 7. That was a cannon shot by Pratt that went over Freeman. Freeman was hoping it would bounce in the end zone. It wasn't close, and it was downed at the 7-yard line. So it'll be first and goal from the 7. They give it straight ahead for very little gain. They squeeze out a couple to about the 10. That's Freeman. As the quarter is winding down here. That is the end of the quarter. So a big first period by the Big Blue. They got close on their first drive. They had it first and goal at the Classical 5. The defense came up big and shut them down. But then a short kick out to the 37. One play, Stone went 37 yards. And then after they shut Classical down again, they set up at their own 47. And the big 33-yard pass play from Beatrice to Kylie has given Classical a 2-touchdown deficit to make up here, as will be set to start the second period. And they've got to do it from deep in their own territory. They didn't pick up a first down in that first period. They only had 9 yards rushing, 10 yards passing for a total of 19 yards. And no first downs. Swampscott had 59 yards rushing, 89 yards passing for 148 yards. So 148 to 19. And Swampscott's got defense has been outstanding so far. Classical has to kick it in gear. The pitch, block is out in front of Freeman, trying to turn the corner. Flag on the play, that's going to be against Classical. The penalty is going to be against Lynn Classical. And it'll be half the distance to the goal, which would be the 5-yard line. So it'll be second down and 12 from the 5. And the speed of Swampscott on defense has certainly been the difference. Classical's been unable to get outside. They try it inside with Falcon. He doesn't get very much. Might have got back to the line of scrimmage. They give him out to the 7, which is the original line of scrimmage. So third down, and if Classical doesn't get a first down here, they're going to give Swampscott just super field position again. McGrath is going to throw. Gets in trouble. Dumps the middle screen off to Waldron. Trying to get outside. Not going to get the first down. So the middle screen to Waldron gets him out across the 10. to about the 11. And Swampscott's going to get great field position again. Kane and Carly are standing at the Classical 40. Without a run back, they're going to get great field position. The kick, they just get it away. They're going to let it bounce. And now they finally down it. And they'll be down at just about, they put it at the 40-yard line. So they'll start a drive for the second time in Classical territory. It'll be at the Classical 40, and the defense has to come up big again. They already trail 14-0. Still looking for their first down, and the defense has really shut this high-powered Classical offense down. And Classical has not been able to do the same except for the opening drive. To give to Stone again, he bounces it outside. Good yardage down the sideline, he's gone. Same play, get outside and beat him to the outside. Same exact play they scored the first touchdown on. He broke it straight off the right side, cut it back to the outside, and got loose down the sideline, and he won the foot race. And with 9 minutes left and a half, Pratt is looking to make it 21-0. Kyle Beatrice gets it down and hits the goalpost. A little bit of a line drive, he didn't get it up. So all of a sudden, Swampscott has opened up a 3-touchdown margin. And the impressive thing has been their defense, holding this high-powered offense of Classical with 9 minutes left. Classical has 25 yards of offense and no first downs, and 10 of those came on a pass. Freeman again will be the man in the middle. Waldron and Green are the up men for the Rams as they try to get some kind of field position. They've started at their 20 twice, their 23, and their 7. So field position certainly has played a huge part in this football game here in the first half. The line drive kick, it gets through Green, down at about the 12-yard line. Green makes a little move and tries to get back somewhere near the 20. So once again, Classical will start. This will be the third time they start at their 20-yard line. And Classical looking for a play that's going to pump a little life into that offense. Everybody in tight now on that double wing. The pitch and the inside handoff. Falcon might have got a yard. And now we get a timeout called. So Falcon only picked up a yard and a little inside handoff. And if they were to throw an incomplete pass here, Swampscott, Classical rather, would lose a yard because they haven't moved the stake from the 20-yard line yet. The ball's at the 21. But so far, Swampscott has kind of shocked Classical here. Obviously, Classical coming in knew they had a high-powered offense, but they're hoping that they could at least hold on to the football a while and keep that offense off the field. They haven't been able to do that. 188 yards of offense with still 8.5 minutes left. They've scored on one pass play. Stone has a 37 and a 40-yard touchdown run. It'll be 2nd and 9 from the 21. McGrath looking to throw. Down the middle, he had Stone, he couldn't hold on. Wide open, and McGrath made a great throw. That's when you know things aren't going well. If things were going really well, Falcon would have caught that and gone for a touchdown. He was wide open from his halfback spot. He ran straight down the middle, and McGrath threw a bullet perfectly, and Falcon couldn't hold on. So it'll be 3rd and 9 from the 21. Again, if they don't pick up a first down, Swampscott will again have great field position. McGrath looking to throw again. He's got Mazzetti downfield. Nice catch, and he dropped the ball. Mazzetti had it, and when he came down, it's incomplete. So 2 plays that could have been huge for Classical. McGrath put it right where he had to. And once again, Swampscott will get great field position. Again, Kiley and Kane standing inside Classical's 50-yard line. The kick hangs a little bit with the wind. Kane from the 47-yard line. Steps up, flag, it's going to come back. Again, great return by Swampscott. They're getting great field position. It's going to come back. But they'll still have it inside Classical territory when they start their drive. Just inside the 50, as they'll put it at the 48-yard line. So again, they've had five drives. 3 of them have started inside Classical territory. And it's very easy for the offense to call plays when you get that kind of field position. Petrus looking, lets it fly downfield. He's got a man there off the fingertips of Kane. Petrus put it where the only one could catch it. Flag on the play. Let's see what that's all about. Holding against Swampscott. And that'll push him back. Joe Ford looking at the bench to see whether they're going to take the penalty or not. They'll move it back to the 42-yard line. So 1st and 20 for the Big Blue. Cali and Pratt to the near side, Kane and Blydell to the far side. Stone, the running back, with Beatrice. Blydell shortens up. He stopped on a dime and came back. Beatrice found him. And that gets it to the Classical. We'll call it the 45. So 13 yards in a play. It'll be 2nd down and 7. A 20-second timeout call by Steve Dembowski, the coach on the sideline, relays it, and Beatrice got it quickly. So that was a case of Blydell started downfield and faked as though he was going to go deep, stopped and cut it off short, and was wide open. And Beatrice is getting a lot of time to throw the football. Beatrice again. Going deep, he's got Pratt off his fingertips. He was behind the defense again. The pass just slightly overthrown. He made the dive and he got a hand on it and just couldn't come up with it. But the play was there. And it will be 3rd and 7. The wide receivers never come in the huddle. The play on the sidelines relayed to Kyle Beatrice from his father, Peter, who's an excellent quarterback here at Swampscott and also at Brown. The wide receivers get it the same way. They dump it off incomplete. They were looking for Stone. So the penalty hurts Swampscott, and for the second time they'll have to kick it away. And let's see if Classical can get any kind of decent field position here. Freeman will go back deep. 7:20 left. Classical would like to get back in it, get the football, get some position, move it down, at least get one score, get back in the game, and get a little momentum at halftime. They'll get the ball to start the second half, so if they can get some momentum going, it may carry over. Pratt last time hit a cannon shot. Freeman, knowing that, has moved back to about his 10-yard line. And they kick it away from Freeman. It takes a bit of a Swampscott bounce, and Classical's going to be in trouble again as it's down at about the 5. What a weapon that is, Pratt. Kicking field goals, extra points, and you get that kind of punting. Special teams certainly huge. And they'll put the ball down at the 4. So the ball is at the Classical 4. And once again, Classical has their backs to the wall. They didn't want Freeman to get any kind of a run back. They kicked away from him. To give straight ahead. That was Falcon, I believe. Actually, it was 30. It was Falcon. That was Timmy Magnus' first carry, actually. The ball's out to the 8. Actually, it's out to the 7. For a pickup of 3, it'll be 2nd down and 7. Freeman trying to get loose down the sideline. First time he's been able to get loose, and he's driven out of bounds, but Classical finally gets a first down. They finally got a little edge at the line of scrimmage, and Freeman was able to get outside and pick up yardage out to the 24. Longest run of the day and the first down. 17 yards and a first down for Freeman. Falcon gets pretty good yardage. Across the 30 to the 32. So he picks up 8. It'll be 2nd down and 2. As Classical shows a little sign of life on offense. So 2nd and 2. Straight ahead. Probably going to get a first down with that second effort. That was Freeman, I believe. Get hit. just about as he got the football. And they got to give him good forward progress to the 34, which will be a first down. Needed 2, got 2. Second effort got him to 2. So from the 34, this is A.J. Vieira turning the corner and getting bumped out of bounds by Stone. Vieira running well as they get out to the 49 and another first down. So Classical showing life. Vieira again. Swampscott territory. Now they'll call it the 49. So give them 2, it'll be 2nd and 8. McGrath looking to throw. He's going to be wide open. Mazzetti makes the catch inside the 30. And it gives the Classical fans a little life on the sideline as they get to the 29. So 20 yards and a first down. Joe Ford, the center, leads them out. Everybody in tight in that double wing setup. The pitch to Vieira off the right side. Gets hit as he gets to the 25. Looked like he had an opening. It closed quickly. He picked up 4. It'll be second. They come back the other way with Alex Stone. He gets to about the 16. That'll be a first down. So the offensive line starting to pick it up a little bit for Classical, starting to move people off the ball and give the running back some room to run. 1st and 10 from the 16. Freeman banks straight ahead for about 3. Second and 7 for the Rams. Falcon trying to come back the other way. Didn't pick up much. They give him a yard, I think, to the 12. Swampscott's going to take a timeout. It'll be 3rd and 6 from the 12 for the Rams. Obviously in 4-down territory here, and they need to get one in here. If they could punch one in here, they get a little life back, and as we mentioned, they get the ball to start the second half. 3:05 showing on the scoreboard clock. Left to play here in the first half. And it's on this drive that Classical get their first down. This drive started at their 4-yard line. So they're looking to go 96 yards. They've gone 84. They need 12 more. But right now they've got 2 downs to make 6 if they want to hold on to the football. Vieira, Falcon, and Freeman, along with the arm of McGrath hitting Mazzetti for a big play, have brought them downfield as they try to get on the board. So 2 big plays coming up, this one and the next one. They need 6. 3rd and 6. The pitch to Freeman, trying to turn the corner. Steps it up inside, jumps over, stays in his feet, gets a first down. Down to about the 1. The football was already gone when he lost it. There's all kinds of lines down there in the end zone. They're talking it over now to see if he got in. I'm not sure what the discussion is with the officials. They said he fumbled it, and it went out of bounds, and Swampscott's going to get the ball. Initially, they called him down at the 1. He lost the ball. It went out of bounds in the end zone. After a discussion, they call it virtually a touchback. They had Freeman marked at the 1-yard line. They're trying to get it done. Discussing with Matt Durgan. Matt obviously not happy. A long discussion with the officials. They finally come up and said, it's a touchback. It went out of the end zone. He fumbled it. They're saying he fumbled it at the 1. It went into the end zone and out of bounds. And it would give Swampscott the ball at the 20-yard line. So a huge break for the Big Blue and a tough time. They needed to go 96. They went 95. And they would have had first and goal at the 1. Instead, Swampscott gets it at the 20. And that's a very tough break. And they wrapped up Stone, the fumble, but they're going to call the play dead. Produced and Mazzetti wrapped up Stone for a yard loss. Classical takes a quick timeout. That's a really tough break for the Rams. They were moving the ball. They pushed them off the line of scrimmage. They finally showed some life on offense. They were very lethargic all the way through the ball game, and then the run by Freeman of 17 yards to give them their first down seemed to spark them a little bit. They move the ball down, McGrath's arm, Vieira, Falcon running. Freeman gets to the 1, and the fumble called a touchback. Beatrice letting it fly downfield. It's caught! Pratt went up and took it away. Brandon Foles thought he had an interception. And Pratt just took it away. And the ball will be at the 49-yard line. What a play by Pratt. He gets it done with his foot and with his hands. What a great play. Beatrice fakes again. Lets it fly downfield. He's going to man there. Blydell couldn't hold on. Again, the little pump fake to the outside. And Blydell took off downfield, and Beatrice led him well, but Blydell couldn't hold on. And it will be 2nd and 10 from the Swampscott 49. But a very tough break for the Classical Rams. They were going to go in and get some momentum. Instead, Swampscott comes back, and they're threatening to put some more points on the board. They would like to get close because they would let Pratt try a field goal. Stone lost the football. It's on the ground. Classical gets it. Classical's got the football. Stone, it rolled up his back. And Classical's going to come up with the football. Getting up off the bottom of the pile is Timmy Magner. At the Classical 47. So Stone on the little miss of the football picks up 4 yards, but Classical gets the ball and they get a chance. Just over 2 minutes till halftime. Joe Ford, the center. McGrath looking to throw. Rolling in trouble. Now try to dump it off. It got deflected and knocked down. They were trying to set up a screen, and Swampscott played it well. They're moving the clock down now where it's 1:51 left to play till halftime. Mazzetti to the far side, Warren to the near side. Motion McGrath over the middle quickly. Nice catch by Mazzetti, and he gets to the 40-yard line. "13 yards and a first down" as Classical again trying to get in before halftime and get some momentum going in the locker room. McGrath again with time. Lets it fly downfield. He's got Waldron. Incomplete. From behind. So a 20-second timeout by Classical as all of a sudden the sun ducks behind a cloud. It gets over shadows now at Block-Sitz Field. 1:18 showing on the scoreboard clock, and that should be accurate because when it wasn't, they wound them down. Third and 3 for the Rams. Over the middle again. Nice catch. Mazzetti holds on at the 20. So first down at the 20. And the clock is moving. And there'll be just about a minute left when they snap the football. The pitch to Freeman. Trying to turn the corner. Steps up. Good fight. Good extra yardage by Freeman. A quick timeout by Classical. He got hit and carried a couple of people with him. And it looked like he was going to pick up 3 or 4. He got down to the 12 for a gain of 8. It'll be second down and 2 from the 12-yard line. Classical was down here before and fumbled in and out of the end zone for a touchback. Swampscott got a big break. The difference in the game right now is Classical is starting to take advantage up front. The offensive line is starting to move people off the ball. Of course, the problem is that they've spotted Swampscott a 20-0 lead. And we told you before, the offense that Swampscott runs, it's not a clock-conserving offense. They give teams a chance to come back. They don't take a lot of time off the clock throwing the football the way they do. Makes for a little longer football game. And that's the opportunities that the opposition has of coming back at them. Waldron, Freeman, and Falcon in the backfield. McGrath looking. Takes off, and he gets just about back to the line of scrimmage, and Classical's going to have to use another timeout. He was looking for Mazzetti or Warren, and no gain on the play. So it's going to be 3rd and 2 with 44 ticks left on the clock. I'm not sure. I haven't seen them signal the last timeout for Classical, so they should have maybe at least one more. Third and 2. McGrath looking in the end zone. Warren is there, makes the catch. Warren has got it for the touchdown. The offense gets, the advantage goes to the offense. Now the other official is saying no catch. And this is going to get Matt Durgan. Warren went up, once he catches the ball, the play is dead. He had the football, and they're calling it no catch. That's the second bad break against the Ram. Now the flag comes in. That's going to cost Classical more. Unsportsmanlike. Somebody didn't like the call and were a little bit too vocal. And that's, you can't have that. And they're going to move it now all the way back to the 27. They only needed 2 yards, and they still had time. You can't lose your composure. Somebody said something to the officials. You know, they're kids, you can't blame them. Warren went up and had the ball. If the offense and defense both have it, the toss-up goes to the offense. And in the end zone, the play is dead. An official came from behind the play and said, no catch. Swampscott thought they had an interception. Classical thought they had a touchdown. The official said no catch. Somebody had to have it. But then they took exception with what somebody said. And the 15-yarder, and that cost Classical dearly because they could have picked up a first down, meaning only 2 yards, and still had a chance to have a couple of throws in the end zone. Now they've got to get to the 10-yard line, so they need 17 yards as Swampscott takes a timeout. So things kind of, the wheels kind of coming off the wagon here for Classical. As they thought they had a touchdown, Warren went up in the air and out-rebounded the defender and looked like he had it for the score. And the official was waiting to see, and when he saw it, he signaled touchdown. The other official came over and said, no catch. Kane thought he had an interception. And then the penalty made it double jeopardy against Classical. Now they have a tough row to hold. They need 17 yards for a first down, 27 for a touchdown. They're down to the 4th down with 35 ticks. They had a chance to go in. Before at the 1, the ball was fumbled, went in and out of the end zone for a touchback. Swampscott got a huge break. Instead of 1st and goal at the 1 for Classical, it was 1st and 10, Swampscott at the 20. Timmy Magna got the ball back on a fumble recovery for Classical. They moved the ball down on 2 catches by Mazzetti. And a screen pass to Freeman. Now they've got 1 play. They let it fly. It's going to get picked off at the 2-yard line, down the sideline. He could go. Freeman, the one man, can catch him. They knock him out of bounds. He picked it off at the 2. Had a wall of blockers down the right side, and he knocked them out of bounds at about the 10, and Swampscott's going to have a chance to put more points on the board. They're going to have a couple of shots at the end zone, and also a shot for Pratt to put 3 on the board. So how quickly it changes. So Kane with the big interception and the big return, and special teams certainly have done a job here. They're at the 10. $88 yards on the return by Kane. So 1st and goal. They can actually pick up a first down inside the 1-yard line. Beatrice has some time. Incomplete, good defense by Joe Freeman. So they actually put it at the 11-yard line. So 87-yard return. Swampscott takes a timeout with 12 seconds left. They still have a couple of shots. That play took 5 seconds. So they could take 2 more shots at the end zone and then let Pratt try what would be about a 27-yarder. So Classical has come to life in the second period of this first half, but they've come up short and they've been kind of had the air taken out of their balloon twice. Once with the fumble, it was called a fumble in and out of the end zone. If it's fumble at the 1, it's Classical's football. In and out of the end zone, it goes to Swampscott. And now the touchdown pass, there was not a touchdown pass. Petrus running away, now just throws it in the end zone. It's tipped, and he was looking. First time they've forced Beatrice to throw it on the run, and now with 5 seconds left, that took a little longer. Now they're going to give Pratt a shot from the 11. It would be about a 28-yard field goal attempt. Beatrice is going to hold it at the 17-yard line. So it'll be a 27-yard attempt. Beatrice is the holder. They get it down, and they kick it through. It didn't look pretty, but it went through. It just made it over the crossbar. And that's a huge field goal as the first half comes to a close, because that forces Classical to get 3 scores at least with 2 two-point conversions. Without the 2-point conversions, they need 4 scores. So that's a huge 3 points and a big turnaround, as the momentum looked like it was going to be Classical's going in at halftime. Instead, it belongs to the Big Blue, as in this big one in the Northeastern Conference, they've opened up a 23-0 lead at halftime. John Hoffman along with Corey Figliolini and Rich Nguyen on the cameras, bringing you Classical and Swampscott from Blocksidge Field in Swampscott. And it's been all Swampscott in the first half. Swampscott had 234 yards of offense, 102 rushing, 132 in the air, 7 first downs. Classical had 94 yards rushing, 67 yards passing, and 8 first downs, and 99% of that coming on the last 2 drives. The one where they started at their 4 and fumbled at the 1, and the last one when they thought they had a touchdown in the end zone with the catch by Warren, and it wound up not a touchdown, and they wound up with an interception and Pratt putting 3 on the board. So a huge turnaround momentum-wise, a big swing for the Big Blue, and they have a 23-0 lead. And Classical, a tie doesn't do them any good. They've got to come up with a win here. In order to do that, they need 3 touchdowns and 2 two-point conversions, and that's if they shut Swampscott out in the second half. So a tall order for the Rams, but they got a lot of football left. The one light at the end of the tunnel was the offensive line started to take control of the line of scrimmage. They were moving Swampscott off the ball, and they started to pick up some yardage. Joe Freeman had 45 yards, and all of that came on the last 2 drives. They only had 19 yards of offense and no first downs in the first period. So Alex Stone has 110 yards rushing for Swampscott. Beatrice is 7 for 16 for 132 yards. And Eric McGrath is 6 for 13 for 67 yards with some big passes to Mazzetti, keeping a drive alive. But Swampscott will kick off to the Rams. Freeman will go back deep, and Classical will try to turn it around in the second half. We want to remind you that we talked about the offense of Swampscott allows the opposition to have a lot of time with the football because they don't conserve the clock. So Classical certainly can get it done, but they've got to come to life right now. the way they did at the end of that second half, but they might have dug themselves too big a hole. The kick, Freeman at about the 16-yard line. Ducks his head and gets it back to the 35. And this will be Classical's best start on offense, their own 35-yard line. Field position has certainly been a story. Swampscott has started 4 times inside Classical territory with their drives. And when you give the high-powered offense of Beatrice and company that kind of field position, they're going to put points on the board. Freeman straight ahead, gets good yardage. Little lunge for the extra yard as he gets a first down. So he picks up 10 yards on first down. And the offense will try to come to life at the 45-yard line. Joe Ford, the center, leads them out. They give it to Falcon. Almost broke it. He just got tripped up. Adam Stahl just got a piece of Falcon as he gets to the 43-yard line. So back-to-back first downs to start the second half. They give it to Freeman. Gets to the 40-yard line as Kane submarines him. So a pickup of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7 for the Rams. The pitch to Waldron, off the right side. Gets to about the 38, maybe the 37. Call it the 37 for 3. It'll be 3rd and 4 from there. Again, the center, Joe Ford, leads them out. Freeman off the right side, bangs ahead, and it carries a couple of people with him as they finally blow the whistle. He picks up a first down inside the 30 at the 27. First and 10 from the 27-yard line. Freeman running hard. Falcon coming the other way, falls inside the 25. So Falcon, they're going to say he went down at the 25. So Falcon picks up 2 more. So it'll be 2nd and 8 for the Rams. First drive of the second half. Classical trying to get in the game. The pitch to Freeman. Blockers out in front. Slips as he tries to get back to the line of scrimmage. He had blockers out in front, and he slipped, and he had to try and get what he could. And I think he's going to lose back to the 27. So 3rd and about 10. McGrath rolling, looking to throw. Dumps it off underneath. Mazzetti made the nice catch and then lost it. And they're going to call it no catch. Fourth and 10 from the 27. Actually, they put it to 26. So a big fourth down play. McGrath dropping back, has got time. Looks over the middle, he's got a man near. Falcon had it and couldn't hold on. He got hit by Pratt. McGrath put it right on the numbers. And that's sort of been the way the day has gone for the Rams. They've been just like a half a step or a step off. Falcon was open, McGrath nailed him. The line gave McGrath plenty of time to throw. And Falcon has that at the 5. Pratt knocks it loose. And the Classical drive comes up empty. So they use 4 minutes off the clock, just under 4 minutes. And now Swampscott will go to work on offense. To give to Stone. Again, he's got good yardage. Loose down the sideline. Finally dropped. Harold Forbes finally knocked him down. As he gets to the 47. A gain of 19. A gain of 21, actually. So again, momentum looked like it was Classical's, and now Swampscott takes it back. Over the middle, wide open is Kane. Cuts it to the outside. Mazzetti finally drops him at the Classical 41. "12 yards and another first down." They actually mark it at the 40-yard line. So 13 yards and a first down. So Ole Mr. Momentum goes back wearing blue and white. Classical come out, made 3 first downs. Looked like they were moving the football. This is Stone again, bouncing it to the outside. Loses the football. It's on the ground. Classical got the football. And it's Green that came up with the football. So Stone gets another 10 yards. But he fumbles the football and Classical gets it back. Warman will go out to the far side. The little inside handoff. And that was Waldron. Out to the 33. 2nd and 7. Again, Warren goes to the far side. They break the double wing. The quick pitch to Freeman. Trying to turn the corner. Steps up inside. Stays on his feet. Still on his feet. Dragging people with him across the 45. Nice run by Freeman. They'll get it out to the 47-yard line. So a 14-yard pickup. And we have a Swampscott player down out in front of the Classical bench. You see number 11, Pratt. He's the man that was hurt. Jeff Pratt, who was a big part of this Swampscott's success. He's coming off under his own steam, and they certainly hope he's going to be all right. He's a big part of it, certainly as a receiver, but more importantly as special teams, punting, field goal kicking. He's been a big weapon today, pinning Classical deep a couple of times. 1st and 10. The last man through is Freeman. Stays on his feet again. He drags people with him, and he gets another first down. As he gets to the 42-yard line of Swampscott. Freeman closing in on a 100-yard game. He'd give it up if he could get a couple of touchdowns here and get Classical back in it. Freeman bounces it to the outside and gets upended by Alex Stone as he picks up a couple. He gets to the 38, so give him 4 more. It'll be second down and 6 as Swampscott takes a timeout. Classical trying to pound. This is what they wanted to do to start the ball game. Pound it at Swampscott, eat up a lot of clock, and shorten the game. Unfortunately, they can't do this in the second half because Swampscott bolted out to a 23-0 lead, and Classical is looking for that one big play to get them on the board, trying to get back in it. They moved 3 first downs with the opening drive and had it down 1st and 10 at the 27, and the Big Blue defense stiffened and shut them down. And then it was Brian Green getting the ball back for Classical on the second fumble recovery by Classical. And now they've moved it down to the 38-yard line where it's second down and 6. McGrath looking to throw. He's got a man. This time Falcon holds on, stays on his feet. Just lost his balance or he was gone. Classical will have it 1st and 10 from the 11. Eric McGrath having certainly the best day he's had. And he can throw the ball, a southpaw. Shades of Harry Aganis. The delay to Freeman, he's not going to get much. That play was kind of broken down from the start. They'll give him a yard to the 10. So it'll be second and a yard. It'll be second and 9 after gained a yard. They send wideouts right and left. Motion, McGrath going to throw into the end zone. Caught! What a great play by Mazzetti. Mazzetti just went high in the air, caught it. They're waiting to make sure he had it. And this one doesn't come down. So 10 yards on the pass from McGrath to Mazzetti. And Classical, normally they'll go with forward for 1, but they're forced to go for 2. With they give it to Freeman, and he's not going to get there. $70 yards in 7 plays as Classical gets on the board, but unfortunately without the conversion they still trail by 2 scores. And actually they trail by 3 scores. So now if they want to get back in the game, they trail by 17 points. 2 touchdowns and 2 two-point conversions won't do them any good. So Classical still needs 3 scores. So that field goal for Swampscott at the end of the half, not only that non-touchdown for Classical and the turnaround giving Swampscott 3 is huge right now in the football game. Bouncing ball fielded at the 34. So they fall on it, the 34-yard line, where Swampscott will put it in play. 3:39 left to play in the 3rd period. Classical trying to mount a comeback, but they've got a tall order. They need 3 scores. And in the process, they have to shut down this high-powered offense of the Big Blue. And they're going to keep on throwing. Beatrice in trouble, and he just threw that one away. Classical got to him a little bit, and he threw that off, backing away. And he was lucky to get that one back. He just threw it straight down the field, and that's one of the slippery spots here after all that rain. And there wasn't anybody, offense or defense, able to come back to the football. So they got a bit of a break there. Second and 10 from the 34. They give it to Camalengo, his first carry, and he falls forward out to about the 37-yard line. So it'll be 3rd and 7 from the 37. Three wideouts to one side. Kylie covered man to man. Freeman coming over a little bit safety, trying to help out on Kylie. They go away from Freeman's side. The ball is caught and dropped. He was open. Mazzetti with the hit. And Swampscott will have to kick it away. So you show you the difference. There's still 2:55 left. Swampscott got it with about 3:50 left. They didn't use a minute off the clock. Illegal receiver downfield. Refused, obviously. Swampscott will have to kick it away. So Freeman will go back deep for Classical. Pratt, who got hurt earlier, and it was his right foot that was hurt earlier, but he seems to be okay, and he's back in punt formation. He's been a weapon. He hit a couple of cannon shots. This one not as far. Takes a bit of a Swampscott bounce, and it will die at about the 35-yard line of Classical. So Classical went 70 yards on their last drive. They're going to try and go 65 on this one. But the difference is they can't use a lot of time. They can't pick it up at 2, 3, 4 yards a clip. They're going to have some big plays because the clock is not on their side. They give it to Freeman straight ahead, not going to get much. Give him a yard. And now Classical doing what the Swampscott offense just is not able to do the way they run their offense, and that's take time off the clock. McGrath looking to throw, has time, dumps it off. And falling forward is Mazzetti. But only 4 yards on the play. 3rd and 5 from the 40 as we're winding down this third period. And we told you Classical needs 3 scores. If they get 2 touchdowns and 2 two-point conversions, they can't get it done. Warren comes to the near side, Mazzetti to the far side. They need 5. McGrath looking. Incomplete, he was looking for Mazzetti. Tough pass, they flushed McGrath out running to his right. The left-handed quarterback going right, had to throw it back. And here's a case where Classical may be forced to go for it here, needing 3 scores with only 1:34 left. They're leaving McGrath in the game. They are going to go for it. They almost don't have a choice, needing 3 touchdowns. They give it to Freeman straight ahead. He breaks it near midfield for a first down. The offensive line doing a job Swampscott might have thought they were going to run for it. Throw for it, excuse me. They give Freeman. They haven't put the ball down yet. They'll put it at the Swampscott 49. So a big fourth down pickup. Now McGrath looking to throw. Looking for Mazzetti. Deep downfield, he overthrows him. Mazzetti had an edge. So it'll be 2nd and 10. And that's almost what they have to do, needing 3 scores with only 1:05 left in this, the third period. The pitch to Freeman. Block is out in front as he turns the corner. He gets bumped out of bounds near the first down. He needed to get inside the 40-yard line. He's right at the stake, and they can measure it right there. Looks like he's about the nose of the football short. And that's exactly what it is. So give him 9 on the play. Freeman has picked it up here in the second half. He's now over 100 yards. But it's not going to be enough unless they come up with a couple of big plays, both offensively and defensively. They need the width of one of the laces on the football. And now they get it straight, they'll run the clock. McGrath for the first down. So they'll give him to the 36 for 4 and a first down. Warren to the near side, Mazzetti to the far side. Freeman directly behind McGrath as Waldron goes in motion. Over the middle looking for Warren, and he had to throw it over the linebacker, and he threw it a little bit too high. Good coverage by the Big Blue that time. And it'll be 2nd and 10. Classical would love to get one in here with 33 seconds left. They'd love to get one and make it an interesting fourth quarter. McGrath trying to set up the screen. They get it to Waldron. Steps inside. He's going to be close to a first down. They're going to give him, it looks like a first down. It is a first down. At the 26, it'll be a first down. Over the middle, Mazzetti had it. Good try by Gary. It was a little bit high. He just got fingertips on it. Slipped right through. It'll be 2nd and 10. 10 ticks left on the clock here in the third period. Classical trailing 23-6. To give to Freeman. Bounces off a couple of people. Steps to the outside, down the sideline. Steps inside. He's out of bounds near the 10, probably a first down, and that should be the last play. Well, it still shows 3 seconds on the clock. The ball will be at the 11. So they got a short, one more play here. McGrath rolling right with it. Steps up looking for the end zone. In for the touchdown as the clock runs down. McGrath takes it in. They squeezed one more play into the third period. It's going to be an interesting fourth quarter. 23-12. And it really doesn't make a difference if they go for one or two, because if they get two, they still need 9 points. And they'd still need 2 scores. They give it to Freeman. He's in. .65 yards in 12 plays. And that Ole Miss, the momentum has changed sides a little bit, and the Classical fans have got something to root for. They put back-to-back touchdowns. McGrath rolling right and scoring on the last play of the period. But that field goal at the end of the half is huge. Without that, it would be a 6-point game. But the momentum now, Classical has to shut down this high-powered offense, and they have to put 2 scores on the board. Once again, the offensive line starting to take charge a little bit. But now they've got to turn around. The defense is going to shut Swampscott down. John Waldron will kick off. Kane and Kylie are back deep. Special teams has been immense. They've given Swampscott excellent field position. They drive Kane all the way back to the 6-yard line. Starting it upfield, he's going to be overrun, and they knock him down. This will be the worst field position that Swampscott has started all day. Back inside their 20 at the 15-yard line. Now the scene shifts. It's actually at the 16-yard line. The scene shifts to the defense. The defense has got to come up big and shut them down. They'd love to shut them down here and get Classical some pretty good field position. Not an easy order with this offense of the Big Blue. And they won't change. They'll throw. 2 wide receivers to each side. Stone is back into the running back with Beatrice. Beatrice lets it fly. It's caught, and it's dropped. Let's see what they call. They're going to call it incomplete. Blydell had it. He got hit. Classical looking for a fumble. So the pass was incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10. Blydell just cut straight to the middle. He was open. The handoff to Stone. He gets knocked down at the line of scrimmage for no gain. And it will be 3rd and 10 from the 16. A huge play coming up here. A lot of time left. If Classical can shut him down here and get the ball back in good field position, they could make the last 5 or 6 minutes very interesting. They got to shut him down. They can't let him pick up a first down here. The clock not on Classical side. And that's going to be movement against Swampscott. That's going to cost them 5. And that's their first penalty, I believe, in the second half. It's now back at the 11. So it's 1st and 15, another break for the Rams. Now if they can shut him down here, they'll be punting from the shadow of their goalpost. Classical could get great field position. Classical needs a big defensive play. They fake. The quick out to Kiley. He's going to get hit and knocked down at about the original line of scrimmage. And Swampscott's going to have to kick it from their 16-yard line. So Freeman will go back and try to give Classical some good field position. There'll be under 9 minutes left when they snap the football. Pratt will go back. He's been a weapon. He'll be kicking to Joe Freeman, who will be moving back near midfield. He hits another cannon shot. They'll let it go. It takes a good Swampscott bounce and goes out at about the 31-yard line. That's a huge weapon. I'm really surprised they didn't put Joe Freeman back deeper. And that ball went out at the 31. They're going to mark it inside the 30 at the 28. So Swampscott gets even more of a break. That's a 56-yard punt. And that is huge. He's done that a couple of times. Now Classical's got to go to work. The give to Waldron, coming back the other way, trying to turn the corner. Stays on his feet. Down the sideline. He's loose down the sideline. A foot race. Kane trying to catch him. He gets him inside the 5. John Waldron got around the corner and made a great run, and Classical is making a great run. This could be a very interesting last 8 minutes. They're going to put it down at the 2. $70 yards for Waldron. The ball's on the ground. Swampscott got it. Mark Galati came up with a loose football, and what a tough break. Glasgow was going to make a game of it. They had the 2 first and goal. The ball went to the ground. So at the 4, it will be 1st and 10 for the Big Blue, and what a shame. Classical scores. They still would have over 8 minutes to make it a very interesting last 8 minutes. Waldron's run goes by the boards. Swampscott finally gets their timeout. So a very tough break for the Rams. You look back and Freeman's fumble that went in and out of the end zone instead of going out of bounds at the 1. Warren's catch that was ruled no catch. The field goal at the end of the half, when you give Warren that touchdown, it takes away the field goal. It would be a 6-point game now. And Classical would have been knocking on the door to tie or take the lead here. Now they come up and they score here. They were still right back in the game. At the 5, it's 1st and 10. Swampscott gets another huge break. They give it to Stone, and Stone gets him out of trouble and a lot more. Stone with 157 yards. none bigger than 016 he just picked up there. And old Mr. Momentum had switched to green and gold, and now he switched back to blue and white. Classical's got to pick it up. Got to try and get the ball back. They give it to Stone again. He gets wrapped up. Joe Ford, who's been immense up front, wraps him up. Stone again. Again, good yardage. Loose down the sideline. Freeman finally wraps him up. So Stone has got the Big Blue out of trouble twice. Freeman finally corralled him at the 39. Stone 3 yards shy of 200 yards. Big Blue have only completed 2 passes in this second half. But Stone has been a difference on the last 2 plays. This is Carmelengo. He gets back to the line of scrimmage. Mazzotti, Produced, and Magner all there. But the difference now, the clock is running. Classical, had they banged in when Waldron got them down to the 2, they would have been down 1 score with 8 minutes left and a chance to get back in it. Instead, the fumble recovery and what could have been. 2nd and 10 from the 39. The little swing to Carmelengo. He gets pushed out of bounds by Green and Falcon and Forbes. They get to the 37. So it'll be 3rd and 8. They give it to Stone. He almost broke it. Magnan got a piece of it. Mazzotti finished him off. They get to the 31. That puts him over 200 yards, and it's going to be 4th and a couple. And I think Swampscott is going to take a timeout as the clock winds down. Beatrice is right with the official saying we're going to take a 20-second timeout. Now it's a full timeout as everybody comes to the sidelines. 4th and a couple. And what this does if Swampscott can pick up a first down, it allows them to run some more time off the clock. 23-14. Swampscott, they open up a 23-point lead at halftime, and Classical, if it ends this way, is going to go back on the bus saying what could have been. A fumble at the 1 that went in and out of the end zone for a touchback. A catch in the end zone that was ruled first a touchdown and then no touchdown. An interception at the end of the half that was returned deep and set up a field goal. And then a big run of 70 yards by Waldron that set them up at the 2-yard line. That turned out to be a fumble on the next play. And now Swampscott, if they pick this up, can run some more precious time off the clock because the enemy is now the clock as far as Swampscott's concerned. The pitch, Stone lost it, picks it up, and he's got the first down, I believe. Extra effort and a little help from his friends got him the first down. It took a fortuitous bounce. The football can bounce anywhere. anyway. Matt Durgan is out saying the play should have been stopped. They're going to bring it out and measure it, and I think he's got the first down. Now they're looking. Matt Durgan, I think, is correct. He's saying it was a forward pass. I think Matt Durgan is correct. They threw it forward to Alex Stone, and it's an incomplete pass, is what it should have been. Even though it was a little shuffle, it's a pass that was forward, and they give him a first down. And I think Matt Durgan was correct. It was a little shovel pass ahead to Alex Stone. He didn't catch it. It should have been an incomplete pass. And I think Matt Durgan was correct, but he's not going to get the call, and Swampscott's going to be able to run some more time off the clock. They'll give it to Stone again as he gets inside the 25. So Alex Stone having the game of his life, 210 yards. And he's been able to run the ball and help Swampscott run the clock, something they normally do not do. Stone is going to lose yardage as he's hit by Produced. They'll lose back to the 26 as Classical's going to take a timeout, I think. So it'll be third and about 8. But there's only 4:39 left, and Classical needs 2 scores, so a monumental task. They had a couple of chances, and old lady luck was not on their side. They could just as very easily have 3 more scores, and Swampscott would be looking to go in to win the game. Instead, they're just looking to some time. Pass over the middle to Kane, down to the 5. "21 yards and a first down at the 5, first and goal. And the clock is moving, and that's the big thing. Swampscott doesn't need any more points. They just have to run out the last 4 minutes and 20 seconds. They won't be able to do that, of course, but they'd like to run a lot of it off and put some more points on the board. Look for Stone to run the football again right here. And they give it to him, and he's wrapped up. Joe Ford wrapping him up. Ford and Produced and Magner played outstanding up front. They lose back to the 7. Second and goal from the 7. Petrus looking for Kiley. He's got one-on-one coverage. Caught, stepped right in front of the receiver and made the catch. Kiley's touchdown. And that will do it. Classical, if they get this extra point, the best that Classical could do would be 2 scores, 2 two-point conversions, and tie. And a tie does not help Lynn Classical. The tie only helps Swampscott. Swampscott will stay undefeated and pick up win number 7. And Classical is going to look back to this game as they did in the Gloucester game, and they just got out of the block slowly. Did virtually nothing as they did in Gloucester in the first period. and let Swampscott jump out to a quick 3-touchdown lead, 20-0. And then two of the biggest plays in the ballgame. The fumble at the 1-yard line that went in and out of the end zone for a touchback, which would have set up Classical with a 1st and goal at the 1. Instead, Swampscott gets to the 20. And the pass that looked like Warren caught it for a touchdown in the end zone that they took off the board. And then subsequently from there, the interception and return deep. And Pratt's field goal certainly was a huge difference. The kick is good. So Swampscott comes to life when they had to. They hadn't done a thing in the second half, and they had their backs to the wall. Classical had the momentum going their way. They had scored back-to-back touchdowns. Waldron with a 70-yard run got them down to the 2. And on 1st and goal from the 2, they fumble the football. And the big recovery by Mark Gallerati. Classical goes in. They would have been down only 1 score with still 8 minutes left on the clock and all the momentum going their way. Instead, they give it up at the 5, and Swampscott goes 95 yards thanks to the running of Stone and a big pass from Beatrice to Kane. "95 yards in 12 plays." And now the ground ball is recovered at the 45-yard line. Gaudette falls on the football. And they'll put it at the 46-yard line of Classical. So Classical's going to drop to 5-2. And the only, this assures, or not virtually assures, but it seems likely that Swampscott will assure themselves of a co-championship with a big game coming up against Gloucester next week at Gloucester. And with Gloucester missing some of their key players, it's going to be a big boost for Swampscott. And now that I think of it, I was a little premature. It would not be a tie because there's overtime now. So the quick out, Warren with the catch, and he gets inside the 40. End zone. Warren is there, makes the catch. Warren has got it for the touchdown. The offense gets, the advantage goes to the offense. Now the other official is saying no catch. And this is going to get Matt Durgan. Warren went up, once he catches the ball, the play is dead. He had the football, and they're calling it no catch. That's the second bad break against the Ram. Now the flag comes in. That's going to cost Classical more. Unsportsmanlike.